Hello, and welcome back to The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. At this point... So, the Bracers won it, I hear. I kinda thought the Special Ops team would have an edge. Oh well, the Bracers won fair and square, no getting around that. Yeah, so... No more patrolling for you, Mr. Guide. So I believe we're going to the castle for dinner. Probably should report back at the guild before we do that. Congratulations, Inn. I was rooting for you, but even I couldn't have predicted you'd end up winning it all. You've made us all very proud here at the embassy. Thank you. I actually have some news for the ambassador. Tonight I've been invited to stay at the castle, so I won't be back until tomorrow. I'll pass along the message. Enjoy yourself. Good thing that I talked to him on a whim. I wasn't sure it was going to be which embassy was which. Let's see if you have anything to say about Olivier. Muller's the most recent Imperial officer in residence at the Erebonian Embassy. He's young, but he's a senior officer with quite a bit of rank and decorum. Olivier is, hopefully, behaving himself at the embassy right now if he knows what's good for him. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, let's report back. North Block, I think. I want to go south. Yep, we've already done those. I've already heard. Congratulations on your victory. Thanks, Elnan. Kurt tells me it was quite a sight to behold. It sure was, I guess. I don't think we'd be able to take them in another fight, though. Not easily, at any rate. Some say victory is equal parts effort and luck, but it seems that the two of you have discovered some secret third influence. Yes. It's the fact that we are PCs. With each passing day, one's skills are further honed. As time passes, you'll grow into that victory and realize you truly did earn it. You think so? Yay! I really like your pep talks. Well, well done in the arena, and good luck tonight at the victory banquet as well. Thanks, we'll need it. Alright, anybody else here? Congratulations! A big match like that is going to be burned into my brain for a long time to come. I hope I can work alongside you guys one day. Hey, congratulations, that was an impressive match. Seeing you young bracers in action is a pretty big motivator for the rest of us. I can't just let myself get left behind, you know? Yeah, as usual, it's just the two of them. We find the other two at the inn, maybe. So, let's... I'll talk to you two. Oh, hey Fritz! Madame Estelle, how may I be of service to you? We should probably let him know that we're not going to be staying here tonight. Actually, we're planning to stay somewhere else tonight. Yes, I've already been informed by Monsieur Elnan. Congratulations to you on your championship victory. Please, enjoy your excursion. Put all your worries behind you. Wow, leave it to Elnan. Everything seems really nicely set up. Does that mean that we don't have a room anymore? I mean, it's just for one night, right? But I guess, you know, they'd like to make the room available for other people. Yeah, see, these were the rooms of the other two bracers. If I'm remembering correctly. If I'm not, it doesn't matter, because I'm not going to go looking for them. Off to the castle we go. Let's get this party started. That was the shadow there. Looked like a tile that had failed to render, but no, it was just a shadow. Oh, are we going to the castle already? Just to remind you, since we're going to be staying there until after the party, we won't be able to leave until morning. Well, I mean, do we have anything else to do? I don't really want to go grinding more fights. I don't need more money. I don't need more equipment. I mean, I could actually buy more equipment, probably. But I seem to be doing okay with what I've got. So, well, let's show the gatekeeper our invitations then. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Probably because we don't get invitations to big events like this very often. I bet Cassius did. We're just following in his footsteps. Hey Zin, why are you way back there? Hey, this is the castle of Her Majesty the Queen. Unless you have official business here, you need to leave. Hey! Hi there! We're sorry about the other day. Oh, it's you two. You're still staying in town? Yeah, I still have some business to take care of. We have a formal invitation, so by your leave, may we pass? A formal invitation? Received directly from His Grace. Ah, yes, he's supposed to be off screen at the moment. What? It's a giant! Yeah, so an issue, I guess, with the PC port. I've probably mentioned this before, but yeah, an issue with doing a PC port of something and changing the resolutions on these games that were originally done on consoles is that you get stuff off to the sides. It's a giant. See, right here, written invitation. Let's see. To Zin and his team, in appreciation for your performance in the competition, you are cordially invited to a dinner party. Okay, you guys were in the martial arts competition. Right, and I heard the winning team was led by a huge Eastern guy. So is that you? Mm-hmm, you got it. We would greatly appreciate your help. Makes sense. The head maid told us you'd be coming. You're missing someone. What happened to him? Yeah, I was wondering if they're going to bring that up. It's kind of impolite, I know, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it. We're the only ones coming. Ah, well that's a pity. No matter, please go in. And as I mentioned in the previous part, I wonder, either Duke Dunan will not notice, or he'll be incredibly offended. So we'll see which way it goes. Now entering, Zin and Company, victors of the martial arts competition. Open the gate. Second gate just so the battering ram has more work to do, I guess, in the event of a siege. Wow, it's like the Hacken Gate, but there's something more impressive about it being part of a castle. I bet it's more solid too, since it's the royal castle. Well... I guess by video game logic that makes sense. By real world logic I'd actually be inclined to think no. Well, it depends. It depends. Actually, I guess it would be, because this is a smaller area. This would be much easier to defend than a wall spanning the entire border of a province or a country. Something like that. Is it the entire country? I know this province specifically has its own border wall, which is what the Hacken Gate was in, I'm pretty sure. But the country itself also seems to be surrounded by walls, if I remember right. Did we see that when we were on the border with Erebonia? That's part of why it's impregnable. Ever since the nation was established, no enemy has ever broken through the Annenberg Wall. The capital's been ravaged by war numerous times as a result of mutinies and insurrections amongst the nobles. But even then, the castle held the rebel army at bay and protected the royal family and the refugees. Or so the stories say. Oh, that's pretty neat. With a lead up like that, I guess we get to witness its first failure during an event or something. Won't that be exciting? Very much the sort of tale one would expect from a nation with such history. Now, welcome to Her Majesty's Grancel Castle. You go right on in. You'll be met by a welcoming party inside. Enjoy your evening. Alright, so the mission here... we're supposed to meet with the Queen, but what we're actually tasked with doing is meeting with the head maid. That seems to be our ticket in, right? Oh, this is a big place. I was gonna say, we felt like we were seeing more of a zone than usual. I guess we were just zoomed out. Whoa. You can say that again. Never seen anything that compares to this place. It's not just pretty, it's got history. I can really feel the traditions and rules of the old kingdom here. Welcome to Grancel Castle. You are Zin and his team, correct? Captain Amalthea, this isn't really unexpected, but even so... That's right, we come at the invitation of the good Duke, and, you are? Aha, pardon me. I am Captain Canone Amalthea of the Intelligence Division, head of Grancel Castle's defense. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations for your championship victory. Watching the match was truly a spectacular experience. Do they not know who we are? We met them before, right? I guess Estelle and Joshua were never identified from the raid that we did, and the Capua family didn't rat us out, so I guess that's why. That's why we can stand in front of her without immediately being apprehended. You're too kind, really. And may I say, I didn't know they made women as young and pretty as you into captains. You must do fine work. My, but you are the flatterer. But I'm not so young as your bracer friends. Estelle and Joshua Bright, it's been some time since the incident in Zeiss, hasn't it? Yeah, I guess it has. Quite some time. Unfortunately, the matter concerning Professor Russell is yet to be resolved. It appears that he and his granddaughter were abducted by a group of nefarious individuals. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Oh, there's a face. I'm afraid not. We left the case up to the full-fledged bracers and came to Grancel. We never even heard the follow-up report on it. I see. That's truly a shame. Well, with the resources of the Intelligence Division, it's only a matter of time before the culprits are arrested. Have no fear on that score. What the hell's with her? Understood. We trust you to take care of the professor. Oh, absolutely. Now, she looks significantly less evil in this face. With this face. Now, we must show you to your rooms. Shia, if you would please do the honors? Yes, ma'am. See to their needs, but do not bore them with any idle chatter. Do I make myself clear? Yes, ma'am. I understand. Ha, very good. Now, everyone, I hope you enjoy your evening. For my part, I must bid you farewell. Now that is one fine woman. Oh, Zin, you're gonna get us into trouble, aren't you? I hate to say this, Zin, but your taste in women is crap. There's nothing fine about that fox-faced harpy. I think that might just be his favorite type of woman. Hey, fox-faced harpies need love too. I just tend to find that women like that turn out to be pretty good people once you peel back a few layers, so to speak. You're hopeless. Not that it matters, but you really do sound like a dirty old man sometimes. Oh, my honor! Oh, sorry about that. You're supposed to show us to our room, right? Yes, please allow me. Pardon my not saying before, but I am Shia, a maid here at the castle. Not the head maid, though, probably. That would be too easy. I will be at your service this evening, from the dinner party until the morning. If anything is not to your satisfaction, please don't hesitate to let me know. Also, the head maid is probably busy, you know, actually with the queen. Thank you very much. Will you please show us to the room, then? Certainly, it's on the second floor. Quite the view. I wish it was zoomed out a little bit more, actually. I guess it is kind of zooming out as we go. Oh, but now it's zooming back in. Oh, wow! Wow in all caps. And bigger font. Get a load of that chandelier! Talk about classy! Hush, Estelle. What's that way? That's the throne room. Her Majesty uses it to receive personal guests. It hasn't been much use in recent days, though. I see. But is the Queen's condition really that bad? Isn't the birthday celebration coming up soon? Oh, no. It's just that it's the head maid who tends to keep in the royal... who tends to her in the royal keep of late. I shouldn't speak on subjects about which I'm unfamiliar. Yep, so, as I thought, the head maid is going to be with the Queen. Which is going to make it hard to... Like, it's supposed to be easier to find her than it is to find the Queen. I guess during the feast it might be easier we might get a chance to see the maid. Probably approaching the Queen directly in the middle of the feast is not going to be a winning strategy, especially for a low-down conversation. But come then, shall we? Keeping a conversation on the lowdown. I think that's the way the expression goes. All right, so we took a left. And going, and oh, actually pretty close. This is the room where you'll be staying. Please, go on in. I guess it makes sense if you're going to have a room for guests. A castle would definitely have, you know, you would definitely want that kind of a thing as part of the structure, and it would make sense to have it relatively close to the entrance. I wonder if we're going to get a chance to explore this place freely. Looks like that could take some time. Okay. Pardon us. Yeah. Door is big enough for Zin. Holy Strigas! That sounds somewhat blasphemous there, Estelle. Well, I guess Nike was a goddess, so... Not entirely out of, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I mean, I do know, but I mean, you know, so I don't need to say it. I never imagined we'd ever stay in a place like this. Nice! This will make a good story for later. I believe there's still some time before the party. You are free to explore the castle. Really? That is highly surprising. But the security areas are off limits, of course. But, I mean, the fact that we just have freedom to go wherever we want outside of security areas seems very odd to me. I mean, I guess we're not prisoners, but... Yeah, I ask that you refrain from entering those areas, of course. Can you be a little more specific? Most significantly, the Royal Keep where the Queen resides. It is a small palace of sorts built on the garden terrace on the roof. Garden terrace? That sounds nice. The terrace is where Her Majesty greets the people of Grand Self from during the birthday festivities. So you cannot go into the Royal Keep itself, but you may visit the garden terrace if you like. As for the other restricted areas, there's the Royal Guard Room and also the Treasury, I believe. Yeah, it makes sense they wouldn't want people in there. Royal Guard Room? I guess they're still wanted for questioning about all that terrorist stuff. Yes, the Intelligence Division is currently occupying it. Entrance is restricted, so please abide by the rules. Understood. By the way, what are the others who are invited doing? They've already arrived. I imagine they're relaxing in their respective rooms. Alright. So Mayor Claus is here too. Oh yes, he arrived some time ago. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be off. If you need anything, please contact the first floor waiting room. Now then. Estelle and Joshua exchanged a look that went unnoticed by Zin. Hey, Zin. We want to go and walk around the castle for a little bit. We'll be back in time for the party. It must be nice to be so young. I'm worn out after the tournament. You're only saying that because you haven't seen a place to go drinking, though. You'd be fine if you had Olivier with you to go bar hopping, I'm sure. No problem, have fun. Me, I'm going to kick back and relax in this oh-so-luxurious room. So we don't get to explore our bedroom. We need to get as much done as we can before the party starts. First, Julia told us that we have to talk to the head maid Hilda. I'd like to say hello to the other invitees, too. We likely know most of them. Just barge into people's rooms. Hello, you look familiar. Mayor Maybell. And Lila. Joshua, Estelle. Here at last. I kept wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds. So you were invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait. You were waiting for us? How did you know we were coming? I heard from Mayor Klaus. I heard about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won its championship, and were invited to a grand royal banquet in the castle. If I'd known, I would have cancelled my appointments and come to cheer you on. Begging your pardon, ma'am. Something that's always kind of bothered me about her portrait, I don't know why I'm only commenting on this now, but her... What is that thing even called? Scarf? But like... I guess it's kind of a scarf. The thing that's hanging off of the front of her shirt. It kind of looks like two hands clasped in prayer. And so every time I see it, I'm just... It causes my brain to short circuit very briefly, because I was like, wait, no, that's not what I thought. And then, I don't know. I find it distracting, is what I'm trying to say. But that would have been quite impossible, given the circumstances. Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite. Don't worry. I know how busy you must be. I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at a banquet with everything else going on. What is Duke Dunan thinking? The captain was so stubborn about inviting me, too. I had no real choice but to accept. Do you mean Captain Amalthea? Yes, that's her. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye when she spoke them. I dared not refuse her request. I think I know what you're talking about. That was a pretty sinister portrait. I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time. Wait, does that mean you haven't heard any word from the Hacken Gate? The General is unavailable is the longest message I've been able to ring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures, or what have you. I'd hoped he'd been in attendance at this banquet tonight, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away. What do you think about all of this, Mayor? Putting mayors from every city in the same place at a time like this? Well, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to really disrupt the country, you've gathered all the people into a single spot. And we do have pretty big suspicions that the intelligence division's planning a coup of, not just the royal family, I guess, if they're going to take out all the mayors, too. Or at least hold them all hostage. Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance, but as it is, this feels like the Duke has too much time on his greasy, chubby hands. He's letting this position of royal proxy go to his head. That sounds about right. But there may still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think? Well, whatever may come of the night, the Grand Chef here is the best in all the kingdom. I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, and return to Bosse post-haste. Duke Dunan is such a nuisance. When the Duke came to Bosse before, he acted like a spoiled child. I received so many complaints from the citizens he angered. As many as you received from Olivier? My mistress has been looking forward to seeing you again. Please, come visit her in Bosse again sometime soon. Well, I don't think we'll have time to do that in this game. Unless we actually get freedom to completely roam everywhere. I never actually tried entering our bedroom. We talked to Zin, right? I'm so hungry. Usually by this time I'm already in some bar, stuffing my face. Isn't our food ready yet? I'm literally salivating, thinking about this full-course dinner. Literally salivating. Poor Olivier. I could go that way. Presumably, these will be other guest chambers. Ah, Joshua, Estelle, you made it. Yep, Mayor Kloss definitely on our list of people we wanted to track down. Dean Collins. Oh, okay. It's been quite a while. Dean Collins? You were invited to the banquet as well, sir? I just arrived today via airship from Rouen. A little mayoral birdie told me you two won the tournament. Jill and everyone else will be so happy to hear it. Thank you. I had no idea we'd be seeing you here, Dean Collins. Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly and a man of great respect and liberal. It's only fitting he be given a seat at this banquet. A man of great respect, he says. You flatter me, Mayor. What's the Royal Assembly? It's a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives all come together to try solving various problems of state. Okay, maybe this is a regular thing, and the mayors being here isn't as big a deal as I thought. Still seems like awfully convenient timing, though. Wow, sounds big. So all these guys have been invited here tonight, too? No, I'd say only about half. Her Majesty is still ill, and General Morgan is away on official military business, and Mayor Dalmor of Rouen was arrested in that nasty affair. And Professor Russell, he's a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. We don't know how true all this talk is of the Royal Guardsmen being involved with some underground terrorist organization. It's hardly the time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me. Yeah, people think something suspicious is going on here. Not just the player characters. The NPCs are actually aware this time around. Well, we can use this chance to see where Duke Dunan stands on all of these issues. We need his permission to have an audience with Her Majesty regardless. Yes, that's the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Barring us from seeing Her Majesty is the height of idiocy and mismanagement. I'd like to pay my respects to Princess Claudia as well, but it's the same story. Princess Claudia's the Queen's granddaughter, right? Does she live here in the castle? No, it's my understanding her actual residence is elsewhere. Is she in that summer house that the intelligence division is guarding? I suppose if I were to check out anything before coming here, that would have been the thing, but we were pretty strictly told that was off limits. I don't know. I imagine we'll be going there at some point. Probably will be directed to go there at some point. But I'm told she came to the capital as of a few days ago. She's here then? I'd really love to meet her. I'm sure you'll have a chance. So is Dean Collins sharing a room with the mayor, or is this Dean Collins' room? Yeah, this might just be... might be the room for the Dean. I don't know, they all have a table and books. Okay. Just curious. Let's see what's further in. Oh wow, this place is going to go places. Or is this a dead end? I mean, that's kind of actually good. I kind of wish there was something that would, like, notify me if, you know, any of these were things I could interact with from a distance, so I didn't have to walk up to them to see if an exclamation point shows up above my head. This looks very much like a secret door. I had to guess. Also, are these supposed to be... I was gonna say, they look an awful lot like windows, but then I realized they're probably just glass covers with books behind them. What are those people at the Intelligence Division up to? Libra. Do I know you? Taking important documents without official permission? Alright. This is the throne room, right? This is the place we don't go? We could sit in it. No one's here to stop us. Ah, the game logic is here to stop us. Okay. I was expecting something a little bit more ostentatious, I must say. We can go this way. We can also go back to the first floor. Factory Chief Murdoch. Alright. Yeah, I guess he would be a very important person within the kingdom, wouldn't he? Estelle, Joshua, Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here. With mayoral class individuals on the guest list, we had a feeling you might also be in attendance. I must say, I never expected you two to win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbing in Grand Cell Castle. Cassius's kids to the bone, you are. It took more than our upbringing to get here. Lots of people helped along the way. It's been a few days. Have there been any developments? Well, right after you left for the capital, Captain Amalthea from the Intelligence Division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Leiston Fortress. Professor Russell and company are still on the run, too. Army hasn't found him yet. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really only a matter of time. I asked Captain Amalthea if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. I was flat out refused. So in other words, we definitely aren't going to be able to do this the easy way. We sure aren't. But don't you worry, because we've totally got that covered. We will get the Professor's message to Her Majesty one way or another. Right, this guy is in on it. Oh, no one here. So who else would be in attendance? I'm trying to think of any other prominent individuals that we've come across. Oh, it looks like that was everyone. Someone just left some food out, huh? Oh, there's stairs there. Were there stairs on the other side? I might have missed it. Okay, we've got a dining hall here. This is the place to talk. Please, come right in. For drinks, we have anything you can think of, be it alcoholic or non-alcoholic. We should inform Zin. Oh. I was hoping I could buy a meal from you and update my cookbook. Oh, they went all out with this place. No flat-looking foods here. What's with all of the food just left out? Especially the coffee, that seems like... I don't know, pre-poured wine? Also questionable. Like, unless there were people eating here and they were abruptly called away to a meeting or something? This looks kind of weird to me. I might be overthinking things. Did we just make progress? We might have just made progress. That's fine, I guess I had pretty much seen everything. Oh wow, check that out! This must be the castle's garden terrace. I'd say so. You can see the whole lake from here, and it overlooks the town, too. Must be great for reconnaissance. As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy it. We've got a job to do. Oh, okay. That was just a call. Whatever. Well, we'll check it out later, because I have a feeling that that's something. I just want to double check that there is no stair here. Nope. Okay. Apologies for the dog suddenly freaking out. Not my dog, I don't have a dog. This is the Intelligence Division's office. Authorized personnel only. Keep your distance unless you're keen on getting arrested. It's just one special ops soldier. We could take him in a couple of rounds, right? Before he alerts anybody? Oh. Oh, is everything alright? Has something happened? No, not at all. I just wanted to look around a bit. I see. It will be a bit longer yet before dinner is ready. In the meantime, please feel free to look around to your heart's content. What are you doing here? This kind of looks like a... I don't know, like a storage room or something. Are you applying makeup or are you cleaning the mirror? I don't know. Oh, there's a plate. Is that going to be the actual throne room? The rat problem around here is starting to get out of control. I can't stand rats either, so this really sucks for me. The main course is complete. Alright. Looks like we're getting bread and turkey. Once dinner is ready, we'll make sure everyone knows. But until then, your patience is greatly appreciated. Might just be a chicken. Salad. The head chef is a real pro, specializing in imperial cuisine. Over 1,000 dishes of it, in fact. He's simply amazing. Oh, we got a lot of places we can go. There's the flat food. Those oranges do not look appealing. May I help you? I'm sorry to be rude, but I'm very busy right now, preparing for the banquet. This is just between you and me, but he has enough servants, but he keeps trying to convince Mistress Hilda to hire on more. It's no good end either, I'm sure. I just passed Dutunin in the hall a moment ago. I hate how he just stares at people menacingly. It's so rude. Gossiping about your future king is also pretty rude, but... You know why all the guests are really here? Because the Duke got bored, that's why. That man makes so much work for me, I swear. Oh, that's where that goes, okay. The castle gate is currently sealed to help ensure security. Please feel free to walk around the castle for the time being. I'm sorry for any inconvenience, but nothing can be done. Oh, that was relatively polite for a special ops soldier. Not just being cartoonishly evil. At least not today. With so few people, we can't possibly finish all this work. All the other officials were sent away on vacation by the Duke and forcibly removed from the castle. Ah yes, forced vacation. I've actually been on some of those. It's a weird thing. This is the administrative room. This is where most of the actual ruling of Liberal takes place. With Her Majesty ill, we're taking orders from... the Duke. Alright. I guess that's everything. No camera rotation here. I suspected that was going to be the case. It looks like it's getting dark out. The lighting here is relatively dark anyway. Kind of has that evening look to it. Okay, well I guess that's the halfway point then. This is probably the terrace where the Queen would make her address. Oof. I don't want to think about how difficult it would be to maintain a carpet like this outside. Just imagining all the rain getting into that. Especially since we're in a garden, you'd have presumably dirt and pollen and bugs and all kinds of other stuff. Leaves. You'd think that would be one of those things where they just roll out a carpet on special occasions and then put it into storage when it's not being used. Oh! This must be the Royal Keep. Right, where we're not allowed to go. Hmm? Who are you? Hey, you two. We're here as guests of the Duke. Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is. But for the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now. Oh, you got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking of that. I just thought it would be amazing if she were to even take notice of us. Does Princess Claudia sleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey. Princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you. Might I inquire as to what's going on here? Madam, we didn't know you were back already. The dinner party will be starting soon, so I'll be returning to the maid quarters. Ah, this must be the head maid. And who are our guests? They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. It's only because of that victory that someone of a bracer's social standing would even be invited here. Bracer's social standing? Such discourtesy! You would insult those who were personally invited to the royal castle? No, that's not what... That is actually totally what you just did. Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that. Understood. Wow, she's intense. I wonder who she is. But madam, we can't just allow them to pass. Surely you understand the reasons that the Colonel laid out. Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I'm terribly sorry, sir and madam. Security has been heightened, and as such, the royal keep and its surroundings are off-limit. Off-limits. Was there a nest there? I don't know. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your room until the dinner party begins? Alright. That's fine. We'll do as you ask. I apologize. We weren't trying to cause any trouble. Fine then, just don't let it happen again. Safe return to you. I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. I'm the head maid of Gransel Castle and I oversee all of the housekeeping duties. Aha! I had a feeling. Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? Well, someone told us about you. Handed Julia's letter to Hilda. I know this handwriting. You see? We also have our bracer emblems and identification with us. I see. Please, come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty, correct? So did we just tell her everything, including the Intelligence Division plot? I mean, she doesn't seem to be on the best of terms with them. But if they really wanted to be playing some... What is it? Some 4D chess or whatever, then they would have had a plant as the head maid as well, just in case. That would have been a little bit too obvious, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Now's not a good time, we can try later, but... No, it's not an issue. But those special ops men have had the royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go. I mean, we could dress up as maids. What could possibly go wrong? What do you think, Estelle? We could ask Hilda to relay the Professor's message to Her Majesty. No, I'd really rather speak to her face-to-face. There are just too many particulars we don't know, and we'd really need to discuss directly. Like what Duke Doonan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you to return here once the dinner party is over? Why? We are dressing up as maids, aren't we? Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty? I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party? Awesome! Understood. We'll be back. Then. I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll be serving shortly. For now, it's probably best if you wait in your room. Pre-cooking is done. Please wait in your room. We'll call you when the time comes. Okay. We'll be ready for dinner very, very soon. I'm very sorry for the wait. Well, I don't think we have anything else to do here, then. We did explore everything. Zin, how you doing? Did you know they serve alcohol here? Hey guys, talk about being late. The party's about to start, you know. Sorry, we got so caught up in sightseeing that we lost track of time. Plus, we also talked to all the mayors. All of the mayors. Huh, well, aren't we well connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland, plus we've met the other mayors in the course of our travels. Ah, I see. I guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for junior bracers. Well, yeah, you might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Grand Cell? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right? Right. For a full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Normally, that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. But with all of them concentrated in Grand Cell, that must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions. Yeah, could be. I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. I wonder what's going on with Shara back in Roland. Now that name rings a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Charizard, would you? You know her? She's our mentor, and she's been a close friend for ages. Oh, okay, makes sense. We met her a long time ago when a case brought her to Calvard. She was fortunate to have a good master working with her from such a young age. Her master? Yeah, probably Dad. Please pardon me, the table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way? Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, want to go and eat fancy? Sure. That fight left me starving. Let's go dig in. Come on, you two. It'd be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once. This is a dinner party, right? I guess that's Olivier's chair, to the right of Zin. And who are we seated with? 2 mayors, the dean, and the foreman? What's with all the empty plates, then? Plenty of knives and forks, though. That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in a specific order, starting with hors d'oeuvre. Hors d'oeuvre? Not a word I've ever actually had to say before. Then you use the knives and forks from the outside in. And that's all part of having good table manners? And here comes the anxiety attack. It's really not so bad. It does mean that you get to have some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary. Indeed, indeed. I'm told that you're acquainted with everyone who will be attending. No need to get stressed out. Yeah, I guess that's true. Please don't encourage her. On that note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork? I'm told that folks from the east usually eat with chopsticks. You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in the when in liberal, do as the liberalians do policy. That's an interesting word. Liberalians. I guess, yeah. Okay. I am not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork. Funny thing. I can't believe that I still regularly get the I can't believe that you can use chopsticks comment. Like, do people not use chopsticks when they eat food from Asian countries in non-Asian countries? Like, do most people just not use them? I don't know why. But living in Korea, I often get the, I can't believe you can use chopsticks comments still, which is just weird to me because I've been using them since well before I came to Korea. My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're as much a gentleman as you are a martial arts champion. Haha, you flatter me. Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face. I think he's being more polite than a lech, though. Lech, is that how you pronounce that? It's another word I've never actually said before. I guess it's short for lecher, right? So, anyway, his grace is really late. I wonder what he's up to. Indeed. So if the seat at head of the tables for the Duke, then who might that other one be for? Indeed. No, that's for Olivier, I'm pretty sure. If not, then they must have changed the seating around, or maybe they aren't accounting for that. I suppose Olivier could have been seated at the other end of the table. Perhaps it is intended for Princess Claudia. Your attention, ladies and gentlemen, my humblest apologies for the long delay. Ah yes, Butler Philip, who has probably the hardest job in the world. Presenting His Grace the Duke. Plot twist, he's actually 30. His hair is white from stress. Well then, I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, commanding officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform, and allow me to sit with you. That looks like a pretty fancy uniform, I must say. You've got to be kidding. We're having dinner with him? I suspected this might happen, but it's still unnerving. Amalthea is just going to be behind him. I guess, does she get to eat? Maybe not. Starting with the pudding? Or... I don't know what that is. I don't know. Ah ha ha, excellent, excellent! What say you, Mayor Mabel? What do you think of Grancel Castle's master chef? Is his cooking not on par with that found in Bosse's Anti-Rose restaurant? Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try hiring him away. Ah ha ha, you're not the first to say such things. And what of you, Zin? Wasn't it? What of you, Zin? Wasn't it? Is the food to your liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Liberalian cuisine, though. Good, good, I'm glad to hear it. And you, young racers, I imagine you never experienced such fine food in your life before. It's extremely delicious. Far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us. What? Estelle, did you just say something really dumb? That sounded like it could have been an insult. Oh well. Ahaha, indeed, it is a genuine treat. It's certainly delicious food, and we couldn't miss a chance to attend so prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation. Ahaha, very kind of you to say so. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. We met before, during the Rouen incident. Oh right. Estelle was the one who threatened to brain him with the staff. I wonder if that's going to get brought up here. I may have made some poor dialogue decisions somewhere along the way. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion. Yes sir, maybe so. So he'd forgotten all about us until his butler reminded him. Come, let us put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant and the wine flows freely, so enjoy to your heart's content. Your Grace, if you could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Ah yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say. You fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as the place to make an important announcement. An announcement? You look perturbed. And what might that be? I believe I will allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail. Thank you. As you are, no doubt, already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. However, she has been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon. Ah, that's excellent news. Could we possibly go and check in on her? Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrorists plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held as originally planned. Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear this news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely, that is not all you wish to tell us. Right. If that were all, you could have just sent along a message. Aha, indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover, as was previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Dunan. What? Is this true? Joshua, this is... Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance. I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. But it is only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war, all without a husband, might I add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make. How terrible. Is Her Majesty's condition truly that severe? I'm ashamed that I've never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits. Isn't this far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposedly a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity. Credulity. It's a D-U-J sound, isn't it? Credulity. I'm in trouble with these words today. Mayor Mabel, are you saying that you cannot take His Grace at his word? No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that, as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion. That's true. If possible, I'd like to hear this directly from Her Majesty. Your unease is quite understandable, but we do ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Could you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then? Well, the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we're telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This was also the decision of His Grace. Well, yes, this is true. Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any action on the part of the Erebonians. Yeah, probably just as well that Olivier wasn't here. Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living. It makes it all sound so rational. Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations, but you thought it would be best to inform us first, so that we can be prepared for any issues that may arise, correct? I'm glad to see that we have an understanding. If this all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy. Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens. I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right of succession? Well, no doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It is true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne. But it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age, and I must say I agree with her wisdom in this matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young. Yes, absolutely. For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year. Oh my. I understand. If that happens, then we'll have 2 major events to celebrate. I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question? Zin? I don't mind. Speak freely. Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't sound like the kind of conversation you'd want outsiders hearing, particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now? Yeah, that's actually a very good point. This is solely because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the Guild of this in advance as well. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty. Gotcha. I guess Liberals, military, and Bracers are on just as good of terms as the stories say. That is because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In any event, do you now understand our intentions? Yes, alright. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the Guild then. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that big of a deal for me. I bet that was huge news for you guys, though. Of course it was. I can't believe things have gone this far already. Huh? Never mind. But really, what a shame. The food was so amazing and it practically melted in the mouth. Couldn't tell what the last flavor was, though. Understandable enough. But anyway, did you want to go for a walk to work off some of that rich food, Estelle? Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air. You just played a tourist a little while ago, and now you want to take an after-dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing. I think you're exaggerating a little bit. You haven't gone out to take in the sights? There's a lot of historic architecture around here, you know. If the mood hits me, I may still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over. You've got to be kidding. You're still hungry? Got a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be some liquor and a snack. I might go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit. Okay, well, we know where he's going to be. The food was amazing, but the conversation and flow of wine were much less so. So if you'll excuse me, I have some lost drinking time to make up for. Oh, I didn't even have to get close to that door before it just auto-kicked me out. Things have gotten serious. We really have to find a way to get in to see Her Majesty. First things first, we go talk to the head maid Hilda like we promised. She probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen. Fine by me. Okay, well, I think it's probably a pretty good spot to leave it. So that was some big news. Duke Dunan is going to be king, which is, I mean, he's pretty much in the pocket of the intelligence division. He's not really a threat himself, he's just this, easily manipulatable puppet. So, yeah, things do not seem to be going particularly well at the moment. But we'll meet up with the maid and try to get a meeting with the queen in the next part. I will see you then.